Hello and welcome to November's Angel Oracle card reading 2018. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't believe it's November. It's kind of scary. I apologise that I'm getting this video up a little bit late. My life has had quite a few massive life changes and challenges the past few weeks, and I have been sort of dealing with those and going through those processes. So I'm sorry if this video is a little bit late, but I'm fine. And yes, thank you for your support. So we're going to pull 3 cards to represent the energies that are going on for us this month. This is a generalized reading, so it's going to pick up on the main things that are affecting all of us in some way. But it's not necessarily going to go deeper into our own personal situation, because that would be impossible to do in a video for everyone. But if you would like to find out more about what's going on in your life and how the energies are affecting you and things that may be changing in the future, stuff that if you work on in the present that might be helpful for these challenges and changes coming up, then you can just go to my website if you feel inclined to order a reading from me. It's www.alyssacruz.com, and I actually have a 10% discount code in the description box below if you'd like to use that. So we're just giving it really good shuffle for the month of November. Right, so there's our first card, second card, third card. Just think about which card you're drawn to most, and the card that you pick is going to be most the card that really resonates with you the most for this month, although all 3 cards are going to have some impact. So if you're feeling more drawn to card 1 here, we have daydream. So it talks about imagination, allowing your mind to wander and having quiet time. These are the Angel Dreams Oracle cards that we are using this month. And the reason for this is I feel it allows us to get in touch with our subconscious. So what is our subconscious mind needing from us and trying to tell us? So if you were drawn towards card 1, this idea of daydreaming, you may have done it a lot when you were in school and maybe you got in trouble for it, to be honest. I know that was something that I went through in school, where I found myself staring out the window and going off into my own little world. And then you'd hear, Alyssa, stop daydreaming. But that is actually very important for us to have that daydream. Firstly, it actually helps our body to recuperate, regenerate. Just as when we go to sleep, our body starts to heal. When we sit quietly in a space where we're kind of in that zone, it kind of feels a bit like a trance-like state where we're not asleep, but we're not fully conscious of what's going on around us, daydreaming. Our body can actually renew cells during that time. So if we find ourselves daydreaming, it could be our body's way of trying to heal ourselves, particularly if we're not getting enough sleep. But this card is also about imagination, allowing that childlike sense of wonder to evolve and take over. It's so important to have that play. It's so important to let our minds wander. But it's also important to have that quiet time, and that time where we don't think about anything. We just daydream. And a lot of us as adults, when we catch ourselves daydreaming, we shake ourselves out of it and think, where did I go for those 2 minutes? But this card is saying no, when that happens, allow ourselves to really ride it and feel it, because we can get great inspiration during those times. If you were drawn to card 2, we have actually it's the plant here, mugwort. Very interesting. It could be that if you're drawn to this, you may want to look out mugwort. I'm not a herbologist, so I can't tell you. I think that mugwort helps with our moods, but obviously, as with any type of medication, things can have reactions, or you can't use certain things with other things. So if you're drawn to this card and you want to check out more about mugwort, it could be a good idea to just go and see your local homeopath or somebody like that who's going to really tell you how to use it properly. But I do know that it has healing benefits, and this could be a message that's coming through for you if you have picked card 2. But the sentence on this card is rites of passage. So really, this is quite intense, transformational time for you in November. If you've picked card 2, you're going through some sort of rite of passage. What's coming to me, it could be a marriage, it could be a birth, it could be a new job, moving home, something that is welcoming you into adulthood. And this can be happen to us at any age. So if you're 16 or 18 or 22 and you're moving away from home, then this could be a rite of passage for you. And as we get older, we may lose people. I mean, it can happen when we're younger as well, but we can lose people in our lives that have almost been like our elders, if that makes sense. People that have always been there, great aunts and uncles or grandparents who we love, and we can lose them. And I know a lot of people have been going through these transitional processes with that. And I lost my grandparents, both of them, about 5 years ago, and I miss them desperately. But what happens is when it's almost like a hierarchy, a family hierarchy. So when they go, the people underneath them, which will be their children, they become the elders. And then, the people underneath them sort of move up. I really do see it that way. So it could be some sort of rite of passage where within our family dynamic, we're going through a new process of change and a process of going through that rite of passage, whether that be something difficult and challenging. Like I myself lost my father 3 weeks ago, and so that's a rite of passage in my own life, going through the process of losing a parent. So it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. Then this could be a really exciting thing, like we said, like moving home, the birth of a baby, getting a promotion at work, some sort of thing that's going to make us feel like we've walked through the flames. It doesn't always have to be painful, though. It can be very exciting. So rite of passage, if you were drawn to card 2, is very apt for the month of November. And then if you were drawn to card 3, we have another another plant, and it's lady's mantle. I've heard that this really does help, especially with females, perhaps if with your cycle or with a menopausal issue, something like that. If you're a male and you pick this card, it could be that you're going through some deep healing with a female in your life. But also if you're female and you pick this card, it could be that as well. We have mother, healing, and alchemy are the words that represent this card. So the mother aspect, really healing to do with our mother. Even if we've been blessed to have a wonderful mother in our lives, there will still be some things that we are wounded from. Because becoming a parent, you don't get a handbook on how to be the perfect parent. So we're all carrying some sort of wounds from our upbringing. We just are, because that's just how it is, really. No parent's going to get it completely right. So there could be some healing to do with the mother. It could be more deep than that. If you don't have a mother in your life, it could be yearning for that maternal connection and that love, and ways that we can seek that out in a way that is positive and fulfilling and safe and loving. And that goes along with the healing aspect of this card, but also alchemy. So this could be alchemy in a sense that we're working with plants, herbs, things like that to come up with something for us, a bit like the card 2, go into a homeopath or something like that. But this could also be an alchemy in terms of just magic, really, combining our fiery drive with our emotional sensitivity and putting those elemental forces together to create something wonderful in our lives. So about creativity, about new beginnings. So these cards really are for all of us, but the card that we were drawn to the most is the card that just is most prevalent for us. So card 1, we had that daydreaming, allowing our minds to wander and finding that quiet time. It's going to be so important for this month. Card 2 is this rite of passage, something that's changing, but it's going to be good for us ultimately. And card 3, we're working with healing, any wounds we have to do with our mother. I'm also working on alchemy and bringing a bit of magic and sparkle into our lives. So I hope that you've enjoyed the reading for November. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. I'd love it if you comment, shared, liked, or even subscribe to this channel. It would mean the world to me. And if you would like to order your own personal reading as we move into this new year, then you can visit me on my website, which is www.alyssacruise.com, and I have a 10% discount voucher in the description box down below this video if you would like to use that. Until we speak again next month, feel free to check out the weekly videos, and take care. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings. Lots of love, Alyssa.